Did you know that just by brushing your paintbrush across a canvas back and forth that you are calming your nervous system? I posted a sped up short of me working on this first layer of a painting, and someone had asked how fast you need to go in order to have the somatic healing benefits of the bilateral movement of back and forth paint strokes. So let's talk a little bit about bilateral movement and how we incorporate that bilateral movement into the healing process when we're working on a somatic healing intuitive painting. If you've never heard of bilateral stimulation, but you've heard of things like EMDR or advanced trauma resolution, you might know that they use a technique where you either move your eyes back and forth or you follow a tracker back and forth, left to right, while you go through a traumatic memory, and it helps you to reprocess that traumatic memory by incorporating more positive, relaxing memories into the narrative. And you do that while looking back and forth or moving back and forth. And so this back and forth motion with the paintbrush is essentially mimicking that bilateral movement that you might see in something like a EMDR session or an ATR session. It's not a replacement for it, and it's not the exact same thing, of course, but the science behind why these things are healing or can be healing is similar. And that bilateral stimulation allows for communication between both hemispheres of the brain. So what that means is if both hemispheres of your brain are working together, it allows for more neural connectivity and essentially leads to a more calm and a more grounded and integrated processing of whatever it is you might be working through in your mind at the time. And not only that, but the back and forth movement stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which then leads to you going from a state of feeling maybe stressed or distracted or overwhelmed to a state of more relaxed, grounded energy. And the larger the movements, the better. That's why it's great to just get a huge canvas or a huge sheet of paper and just allowing yourself to move as big and as sweeping as you can to allow for the most movement and the most expression. The expansive strokes can really help you release tension in the body, while at the same time, if in your mind you're thinking about these things that have been stressful, maybe you're thinking about something traumatic, maybe you're thinking about something that you're going through, if while you're doing that, you start to incorporate what you want to feel. If you're feeling stressed and you want to feel calm, think about during the strokes what that calm feels like, what that calm looks like, and allow it to become part of your reality while you're finishing the painting. So to answer that person's question about how fast you need to be moving for the somatic healing, you only need to be moving as fast as you feel like you need to be moving to release what you need to release. So I sped this up here now so you can see it a little faster than my actual strokes, but you do whatever you need to do to release. Let me know if you have any questions.